Greetings, everybody. Tommy Hawksblood here, calling from the Big Island of Hawaii. There's a lot going on. We got a lot going on here in Hawaii over the past 2 days. We have a big fire burning underground. They can't put it out. It's kind of like roots underneath, and they flew in by helicopter, loads of water to try to put it out. But then in the interim, somebody's digging and putting a foundation in, and they dug up a bunch of coffins or boxes with skeletons and all kinds of stuff. Who knows what's going to go on with that as well? Could be Hawaiian burial ground. But in the interim, there's a lot of UFO stuff going on here in Hawaii. I don't know where you are, what part of the state you are, what country, but go out at nighttime. Watch the sky. There's so much stuff happening. You'll be amazed what you can see in an hour. I want to go over a few things. I talked about the truth about ETs and what's coming out. We have about, I would say right now we have about 25 top speakers out there in mainstream UFO world that are all getting paid big bucks to talk. Not that they're saying anything important, because I don't think they are. And what they're giving to people is pretty lame in my book. So I want to go over a few stories that are coming out, and I want you to go online and check them yourself, because they're all on YouTube. So each one of them, hold on, my dog's trying to come in. Oh, sorry, let me get a minute. Come on, guys. Come in.
Gizmo.
My co-pilot. So sorry about that. All right. There's many names. I want to do at least 10 today. And what the stories are about them, what's happening. I guess you all probably know the name Stephen Greer. He's taken full responsibility for causing and bringing and trying to bring out disclosure. Disclosure, bringing out the awareness and the facts that alien ships have been here, aliens are here, and they're working with us. So that's the starting point. Now we have all these other speakers claiming their role in that, saying who they are, what they did, how they were involved with the government, secret aliens, and you name it. The first person I want to go into, I want to start with Corey Goody. He's considered like probably one of the biggest speakers out there. Not that everybody believes him, because the story gets better and better every time he comes out and tells a new story. Basically, I just watched him a couple days ago, and he's saying that the aliens took him back and they recreated his body. He's really like 140 years old. He claims the blue race are feeding him information. They show him videos in his head and things like that, so he thinks he knows the future and the past. He said in the near future the world's going to be destroyed greatly. Now, there's a lot of prophecies on that, which I want to give all three of them. But obviously, we're causing serious problems on the planet. Now, I deal with David Wilcock, and I mean, they're friends, they're buddies. Wilcock had Danny Brinkley on over the past 2 days, and now they're going to be doing a workshop on the rainbow body. They're going to be doing maybe I don't know how long it's going to be, how much it's going to cost. But here's somebody did a lot of reading. He's going to do a workshop on a Buddhist Tibetan path of how they leave the bodies and how it becomes the rainbow body. And I'm sure he has very little clue or awareness to any of it. Danny Brinkley, who's riding the wave with him right now, famous writer for Saved by the Light. He wrote the book. He's a bestseller for 2 or 3 years. And he said he was hit by lightning and almost died. So, and then he had all these death experiences in the hospital. So now I guess he's being told that that's his rainbow body by Wilcock. Now, he goes on about the Buddhist path and a couple things about it to describe what a rainbow body is. He said that they say 1,600 people attain their rainbow body. I asked him, did you get any interviews with any of them? How about all of them? How do you know that what a rainbow body is per se, who they are? Greetings, Mr. Person who just came in. Somebody came in. So the rainbow body is different in Buddhism than what it is in other paths. And most paths don't give the soul body a name per se. In the New Age world, it's the light body. Everybody claims you turn into light, and that's one with everything. So I'm going to break down a few of these things in detail because they're all lies. The stories created by man, enhanced by man, being retold by man, being abducted by aliens, and being reprogrammed to tell the stories. So before I go into the rest of them, so I listened to Neil Diamond Walsh, and he's another person that's talking about God, and that he has conversations with him. So there's a few that I want to focus on for the first half hour, and then I want to go into the rest of them after that. But they're all talking what we should do, how we should act, what we should be, where we're going to go. And it's based on, I don't know what you want to call it, just words written a long time ago. Because David Wilcox is not a Buddhist. And he might do his meditation, he might do a lot of things, study a lot of books. But as far as what he knows, he said a couple names of Pabasambhava and people like that, who basically is the one that created a technique that he's going to be trying to teach. So there's a lot going on with that, considering they're trying to say he was an alien, Pabasambhava. So he's an entity. I call him a deity. Now, a lot of these people use the words, and they allow these people to run their lives, to run their thinking, or they make them real in their reality. So however you want to look at that, deities are real, but does everybody get to see them or be with them or work with them? No. Most Buddhists pray to them, and there's many. In Hinduism, there's 333 roughly. Buddhism, I think there's 127. But I call them little gods.
Are you still promoting that manual UFO that you wrote a while ago?
Yeah, I'm still giving it out. Just send me an email, hawksblood1@aol.com.
Yeah, because I still got it.
Yeah, if anybody wants to read it, go out. I mean, I just saw incredible things. I'll talk about that near the end of the show. But we have to look at what's important in a person's life, what's important in your life. Like ETs, are they important? Do you care about UFOs? Do you care about what the government's doing with the UFOs? Do you care what they're doing with aliens? Well, at some level you should. But it's like, to me, they're not going to try to bring it part of reality yet, not for a while. They're trying to create their bases and work with them at other levels outside of planet Earth. I mean, they already screwed that up by working with the Greys and allowing them to abduct people. So the amount of abductions the Greys did alone was high numbers. We're not even talking about the reptilians, what they do, how they do it, because very few people get to talk about that. Most of the abductees have been abducted by the Greys, and then they get programmed. Years ago, people got abducted. They didn't get programmed. They just lost memory. And so many people just had missing time, so they don't know what happened. If they came back, a lot of people go disappear and never come back. So there's serious problems with that. And it has nothing to do with are aliens good or bad. You just have to look at the facts. The amount of abductions that are happening in a year's time now is incredible. Are they all real? Probably not. But are some of them real? I would say definitely. So we each have to look at that in our lives. What do you want to attain? You go to these New Age speakers, which I'll get into as well. And they're going to tell you you want to be a light body, you want to be a six-dimensional being, you want to be able to do whatever you want, create whatever you want. Man has created nothing good in the past 30,000 years. So all these supposedly rainbow-bodied people, six-dimensional beings, and all the other words you want to use, planet Earth is in one of the most saddest positions it has ever been in. And the Earth could die. It's not like it's not. Science said that it's going to be destroyed in a period of time. It's only a matter of time before it happens. But in the interim, we got the sun. We're not sure what's happening, but I could say we're being pulled closer to it rather than being pushed away from it. We'll be there long enough to burn us out, probably. So, I mean, that's one aspect. The native people say that the Earth's going to go into the sun. So we can say that there's alien bases on the sun, there's alien bases on Mars. The proof is there in different drips and drabs, but I don't know any actual solid proof that would make everybody believe it. And it really doesn't matter. When I talk about things in space, it's all ideas. All right, it's called a theory, and I'm trying to see. There was an elder who came out just recently and said everything in space is only a theory. Nothing's provable. The Big Bang, black hole, all those things aren't provable. You can take pictures of anything, and you can create pictures of anything, but that doesn't make it real. I mean, with all the sightings, I'd say most of them are real. Now they're trying to put so many satellites up there so they can say everything's a satellite. But satellites are little. Go ahead.
Well, thanks to Elon Musk.
Yeah, well, great person who puts a lot of satellites in space, and he's going to put 1,600 in, I think, by the end of this year.
Yeah.
And he wants the grid work around the planet, so 5G will be ringing to everybody's ear and brain. And you have to check the facts, pull up what you can, but realize you're never going to get the deepest truth because they don't want people to know how bad it is, and how it's going to affect with what's going on with the virus and everything else. Before I go any further, there is a cure for the virus, and it's real simple. Please, if you know anybody sick, getting sick, or got sick recently, and they still having problems, tell them steam kills the virus. Talking about steam, which is about 115 degrees. The virus can't live within it. So if you're doing even a meditation, and you do it over a pot of boiling water, if you have to, you can go inside a sweat lodge, a sauna, or a steam room. But if none of those are available, get a pot of water, put it over your stove, and boil it. And then just put a towel over your head and breathe the steam for 15 minutes. It'll kill the virus wherever it is. And they're not going to release that. They don't want the world to know how ignorant our scientists are, or how stupid they are, to believe that they're going to come up with a cure like right away for it. They're adding all these other chemicals. I mean, the vaccine for the flu is dangerous, extremely dangerous. So now they're going to come up with another one that's going to be just as dangerous for the virus. So again, I'm telling you, steam kills it. Don't wait till you die to use steam, but what's going to cost you to stick your head over boiling water for 15 minutes? Nothing.
I'm assuming you would want to use like distilled water.
Doesn't matter.
Tap water's okay?
Boiling water. Boiling kills every bacteria in the water at 240. And 240 kills everything. Now, freezing kills it just as much, but it just freezes the bacteria in the water. So probably freeze a body and kill the virus, but the person would be dead. Oh, here she comes. Hello.
Hi, Tommy. I'm on your broadcasting studio. I'm in the waiting room.
All right, I'll bring you right in.
Thank you.
She popped up. Okay, there she is.
1 second. Oh, I'm here. I'm trying to get back on. Yeah, there you go. Can you see me?
No.
Hold on. I can't see you. I've got to turn this off now. Hold on.
Oh, here comes Tina. A little bit late, better than ever.
Tommy, can you hear me?
I hear you in reverb, but I don't see a picture either.
I'm not sure what's happened. I'm stuck somewhere. Hold on, close. I can hear you guys and I can see you guys, but you can't see me for some reason. My camera is actually. Can you see me now?
Now we can see you. Yeah, that helps a lot, taking your camera out. That's a good thing.
Hello. I don't
Greetings, Tina.
Hi guys. Hello everyone. Sorry I'm
But we
late.
still got reverb on you. What are you speaking through?
Nothing.
We got reverb. Can you try? Did you shut your Skype down?
Could be that. I can't close my Skype. Won't let me. Hold on 1 second.
Yes.
Oh, is that bad?
Try it now.
Hello.
Yes,
Yep.
it sounds much better. Yes. What'd
Sorry,
you do?
I do apologise. I had a little medical issue I had to sort out.
When I don't see you, I always wonder how healthy you are in the moment.
I had a bad day. I kept falling asleep a lot, and then I realised I was like becoming comatose, and I couldn't breathe, and my oxygen level went down to 92. So I'm not sure what happened. And they took my blood sugar. I had loads of fruit pastel sweets, and I ate my dinner, and my blood sugar was only 7.7, and it started to drop.
And how about your temperature? Did it go up or down?
No, it's still the same. My temperature's 32.3 or 33.2. It's quite low.
What's that equal to Fahrenheit?
I have no idea.
Well, ours is 98.8. So that's what it should
32.
be.
Mine at work's been 32.3 this week, so I don't know what that is in.
Well, what's it usually? What should it be?
I don't. It's supposed to be 98 point something, but that's in Fahrenheit, isn't it? What's happening?
Right.
Hold on, let me have a little post on. Is it degrees Celsius? What is yours in Fahrenheit or degrees Celsius?
Fahrenheit.
I've
Mine is
noticed
degrees Celsius.
you mentioned something interesting. I've noticed with a lot of people, my friends too, they're having issues with breathing. It's like anytime they're standing still or they're not doing anything, their breathing gets harder. It's weird.
Yes, a lot of weird stuff going on.
I just took a walk with my gizmo and I walked to the park, but by the time I got back, I was so nauseous. Whenever I go outside, it seems like I can't breathe. I mean, I'm breathing, but it feels like I can't breathe because it's like makes me nauseous and sick.
It's probably those 5G satellites.
Well, we're not loaded up with them yet, like the mainland is.
Right.
Tina, are they loaded up with 5G where you are right now?
I couldn't tell you, Tommy. I couldn't tell you. I want to say probably yes. Temperature. Hold on, I'm just checking the temperature. So it's 91. Was that 91 Fahrenheit? Hold on, no.
Wow, that's still super low compared to us.
33.2 degrees Celsius. What is that in Fahrenheit?
33.2 degrees Celsius is 91.76
91
Fahrenheit.
91.76 degrees.
Well,
That is kind of low for the human body.
For us here, you would be freezing.
Yeah, I said I was like hypothermia ranges. But
Right.
I'm like, I've got a sweat and I feel hot and I'm still 32 or 33.
Well, your alien friends are doing some weird stuff to you. Did you you got your radioactive thing out right now?
I can go and get it. Hold on 1
Go
second.
get it. She has a detector for radiation now.
What?
Seriously, she bought it. I told her to get it. I told her to do it a long time ago. But yeah,
Okay.
watch what she says. Wait till she pulls it up and goes. Oh, listen to this. Check what it is right now. Hope she can find it. But
So
there's a
this
lot
is
of things.
this is my machine. So at the top is electrical magnetical waves, the magnetical waves, and the bottom's are radiation microteslas.
Okay, put it on and let's see what we got around you today.
So do my teeth first. Well, hopefully, we just had out my friend actually not long ago, and we've been playing. Well, oh, there you go. What's a bloody camera? I hate this thing.
What, the camera or the radiation thing?
Both.
Sorry, people. She has a lot going on in her world, and we got to keep track of her before she disappears.
Why is my camera so zoomed in? It should be zoomed out.
Those little people, big people, want to come and take you away.
Yeah, they can bugger off not tonight.
Oh, in case you didn't listen to last week, they already asked her to stay on the ship, and she said,
"Yeah." You can't see that. So if I move, hold on, let me try and move the camera down.
"Just tell her what it is. Just tell us."
Yeah, there's no
We've
point.
seen everything except the thing, so just tell us what it is.
It's like between my armpit and my boob, and it's 0.4. When I take it away, it's 0.1 microtech. That's 5 then. There.
Well, we don't see
Hold
it.
on.
We don't see it. We just see your face
Hold
and something else.
I'm trying to move them. I'm going the wrong way. I'm going.
You're going the wrong way. You don't know how to use the camera, do you? Did they give you any medicine when you went to the hospital or the doctor?
No, I've got. No, I've got to go back. They're there. So can you just? Yes.
Tell us.
Hold on.
Nothing.
What way is that got me moved?
We see the teeth.
Hold on. Why am I there?
It's getting
Can you see it?
What's that say? 2.32?
0.22. That's micro. That's radiation from my armpit and my boob. 0.24 to that. Can you see that? That's
So what are you doing on that spaceship? What are you guys doing when you go up there, huh?
I'm admitting radiation from my side of my body, my armpit. It's 0.27 to it's going up and down. But I'm not admitting electrical magnetic field. I'm going to let micro Teslas. Now it's gone down to 18.
Put it on your
15, 17,
stomach.
14, 9.
Put it on your stomach and see what you get.
Hold on, is that coming there?
That's the thing in between your head and...
Cheeky git. At the moment, I'm not reading anything. Hold on. I put on weight, so I've got to lift my fat lump up. Hold on. That's the truth.
When you tune into this show, you tune into the Twilight Zone.
No,
We go a whole different way.
Today, it's just there underneath my armpit. It's going up again. Hold on. You got me. I have this dyslexia, so it's hard for me to try and... There. Oh.
Now what is it?
It is, from what I guess it's 23. When I hold it closer, it goes up 24. Oh.
Put it near your head. Put it on top of your head.
It goes up. When I move it closer, I get it. It goes up. When I pull it away, it goes down.
Okay, move it towards your head now.
22. 26. That's not good.
She's radioactive. I told her that when I first met her. I said, look, didn't meet her,
Right, it goes down. It's 18 in my hand. It goes down 15 to 11, 8 on my wrist, 4. On the computer is actually nothing. My computer is nothing. Look. So it's not even coming from my computer. It's from your computer.
Wow, you should check your cell phone too to see what kind of radiation you get from that. But let's get on with the show, everybody. If you have questions, please put it in the chat room. Yeah, she's a little chilly out there. You want to introduce yourself since you came in a little bit?
One, I'd like to apologise to everyone. Sorry I'm late tonight. And hello to everyone in Hawaii, in the big island of Hawaii. Hello to everyone across America. Sasha, where are you this evening?
Missouri.
Hello to everyone in Missouri. I like Missouri. So hello to everyone in the States and in the UK who's watching this. I'm Tina Bird and I run Hive, Human Individuals Visited by Extraterrestrials. I run a blog and a Facebook, and you can find me on Skype, Twitter, and all the other social media, which I hardly use. And good evening and hello from Southampton here in the UK.
All right. Now, Tina is kind of the word that should be used is an abductee. She's been abducted multiple times. I mean, a lot of people like the word experiences, but experiences are dreamers. So she's real. She's as real as it gets. And you can tell by what she does and how she talks and how she acts that she's been abducted a few times. But she has proof, a little more proof than most people. I don't like to bring fake storytellers on my show ever. Sasha, I trust him, whatever he asks, and he comes from a pretty smart level. So I kind of keep my crew up to par. I don't like fairy tales at all. And I just wanted to tell you, I don't know if you know this, Tina, but David Wilcox...
I've heard of him.
Had Danny Brinkley. Do you know who Danny Brinkley is?
Who?
He wrote the book Saved by the Light. He claimed he died. He was hit by lightning and he brought him back to life. And he was going through all these different things 4 times. They had to go into his heart and everything.
Oh, yeah.
I met him personally. He was, I don't know what he is now. He's a Greek storyteller. But when I met him, he was really famous. So I was at a UFO conference and he was there. And somebody paid $125 so I could have lunch with him.
Wow.
There was 13 people in the lunchroom with him. So
I wouldn't even spend $20 on lunch.
You know, I didn't even eat anything. It was just I just wanted to talk to him, but I mean, somebody had to pay for me to get into the room. So, but in the interim, he started talking, and I challenged him in front of 13 people. Because he was going on, and I said, "Well, what do you know about God?" Right in front of everybody, right? Because here's Saved by the Light. He goes, "Well, I don't know. I never met it. I never was there." And then he went into who he was in all his past lives and everything else. He said he was a Luciferian in the 1700s, and he killed 440 people in his lifetime for the government. So he was as honest as he could be, I think. I mean, for somebody to come out and say they were Luciferian, that's pretty courageous when you're pushing a book out there, Saved by the Light. So, but now, why I'm bringing it up, because now that he's talking to, when he was on his show, and he's talking with David Wilcock, and he's going that he's talking about aliens now. I know he did say he was abducted. He never admitted that in his books. He didn't go into that in detail. So now all of a sudden, because the world's moving to the ET world, he's going into the ET story. But because they're saying, now David Wilcox is teaching a class on rainbow body.
What's that?
Is it like a chakra?
The Buddhist path of how when soul progresses past the body and things. But he's got it a little twisted, and he's going to teach a class with Danny Brinkley. And he's convincing Danny Brinkley when he died, when he was out of his body, that's his rainbow body. Now, religions and beliefs all call something a different name. We are soul, each and every one of us. And when our body dies, soul is what we are. We don't change. So to say that we become rainbow body and light body, and no, it's soul. Soul is that. It just has to take this form on this planet. So it's not like it's really changing anything. But they're going to be teaching that. And he was going on that they're talking about Pabasambhava was the one that created it in, I don't know what time frame it was, but it was way back, way before Jesus and everything. But
have you seen your chat, your live comments on your chat room?
I didn't watch Mr. Tinfoil Hatter. Ladies are cold.
Mr. Tinfoil. Tinfoil is just commenting away. That's all.
Oh, okay.
All right. So this whole thing, I listened to it for 2 hours. I was blown away.
What the heck is going on? With the camera, it keeps going out. I don't know if it's from your the StreamYard thing, because my camera is always on. I don't know why.
You stay on. I go out for 5 seconds every 10 minutes. I don't know why. I've been working on that for 6 months. I can't fix it. If I go on my laptop, I didn't have time to set up my laptop because it doesn't do it on my laptop. And this computer is top of the line.
There it goes again.
But it'll do it every 10 minutes. So
yeah.
But the idea is where these UFO people are going. Now, I just got a text. I got to do all the work on it. And this has to do with a particular person coming out a while ago saying he's dealing with the reptilians, and they're giving him technology for reverse engineering and a whole bunch of things as well. But in the interim, right now, he's saying the reptilians are showing him through, what's that? Intelligence, what's the word? IE?
The what?
The intelligence, the computer intelligence.
AI.
Artificial intelligence.
But they're giving him everything that's going to happen until the year 2025 by this intelligence. So I got to pull it up and read about it and study and call him and talk to him and all that yet. I'm only going to do that later. So that'll be the next show. I'll mention that. But now somebody else, I got a couple of names I want to deal with, but Dr. Turi, Turi, claims he's working with the blue race as well. And there are a couple of different races. But basically, the reptilians are so bad, and they're not.
With the human race, because I tell you what, we're in a right state.
Well, you know, everybody blames the reptilians. I'm not saying they're good, but they're giving us all this information as well, really. Anything good? No. But he goes on, he prophesizes from today till the 17th of this month is going to be a world disaster. Everybody listening, if nothing happens by the 17th, call, go online, go into link, type Dr. Touré and tell me he's a jerk. I mean, if he did, this is the danger warning. This is when it's going to happen. And he says he's a right on. He said he prophesied 9/11. I said, where's the proof? I asked him for a lot of proof. He claims he's a real top psychic. And I saw him I watched his videos. He's doing card tricks for these people, showing he's psychic, right? And I said, how about you do a real thing? I'll write a name on a card and you tell me what it says. Then we'll see how psychic you are. All these people claiming...
Sorry, you stood up?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
yeah,
continue, Tommy, sorry.
I'm in the kitchen area, so...
Sorry, Tommy. I'll just look at it.
So he claims a lot of things, and I've been debating him about a lot of things, and he called me an idiot. And I said, you know, that's fine. I said, look, prove it. I said, I've been talking about earthquakes for 20 years now. But the past year, it's only going to escalate right now. Because right now they're saying the sun has no solar flares, no sunspots on it.
It's I think we're at a solar minimum right now, aren't we?
A minimum and maximum, yeah.
And then I was told to look at Mars. Did you check out Mars lately? Anybody?
No, yeah, I keep asking people. Nobody's got back to me. Mars, Sash, I don't know if you're up to the modern news.
I watched the last show. You're talking about that green atmosphere.
Yeah, it's still going. It's still growing.
Yeah. Well, they're not going to tell us what that is right now.
What if it's an atmosphere? Something's living there.
It probably is, and it's probably the atmosphere they're creating for their planet. They could do it for planet Earth, but they won't. See, I don't want to get into that aspect. It's Agenda 21 is now Agenda 21, 22, 23, and 24. It's all still about population depletion. Now, anybody listening to this show, please tell everybody you know the cure for the virus is steam. STEAM. Seriously, it'll kill the virus. If the temperature's over 115 and you breathe it into your lungs, it will kill the virus instantly. The virus can't stand that temperature.
You don't say your lungs. That's some hot temperatures there. You're on about sterilization temperatures there, Tommy, I think.
No. That's what, when you go in a sweat lodge, it gets up to like 135, 40.
Yeah.
And you feel it burning your lungs and everything, but no, you got to kill it, and it will kill it. No drugs, no needles in your arm, nothing. Just steam going into your little nostril.
The Italians, it would correct me if I'm wrong. From what I saw, the Chinese did 2 or 3 autopsies when the COVID thing was announced. And they banned, because it's a pandemic, any other country from doing autopsies because they said it was a virus, which virus, as you know, activates and grows inside the body. But the Italians didn't listen to the Chinese recently, did 50 autopsies and said that they've been treating the patients wrongly and they shouldn't have been intubating them. They should have treated it with antibiotics because it's a bacterium which grows in larger portions outside the body, then invades the body and the body reacts to it. There should have been antibiotics. So apparently it's a bacterium, not a virus. They treat the two things differently. So I think the Italians were onto something there, but watch your space.
Well, again, steam will kill it. That's the bottom line. Before we have a world epidemic, which will be soon, we need to get people a little aware before they go to the hospital. Do what I say. Boil a pot of water if you can't get to a steam vent, a sauna, a jacuzzi, or anything with steam. Boil a pot of water. Put your head over it. Put a towel over your head. Inhale the fumes. Don't burn your lungs, but inhale it as hot as you can for about 15 minutes. It'll kill whatever you want.
Sounds like you're smoking a joint.
Well, that's not going to do it. That's not going to raise the temperature to that kind of a temperature inside your body. Your mind might think it is, but your body's not going to raise the temperature. So this will kill it in your lungs, your throat, your stomach, wherever it is. And then have a hot cup of not boiling water, but hot tea with lemon in it, and that'll flush it out the rest of your body. So
you're trying to kill us, Tommy? Boiling water?
Yeah.
Everybody else is trying to kill you. I'm just giving you a simple way.
Well, yeah, That's true.
Kill yourself with water. Why kill yourself with drugs? So please.
Get water toxicity going.
We deal with the truth here. The ET world is expanding greatly. I want to get into a whole bunch of other names, but I want to let Tina say whatever you want to talk about. I mean, I give you a chance to bring it to a topic you want to deal with.
So there's not much been going on. Did you see the pictures I took last week of that satellite come spaceship thing?
I did. I don't
Yeah,
know.
so that's been the highlight of my week because it's been pretty cloudy here in the UK. So we've had.
Listen to this. I wasn't going to talk about it later, but I've been buying lasers every week. I've been getting them. I got 9 lasers now. I got 4 more coming.
Who are you thinking? The mere space station.
Well, here's what. Well, listen to this. A week ago, I think I told you I was outside, and this ship started blinking at me.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
So I went out 2 nights ago. It was clear for the first time ever.
Wow.
And I said, I got to look at the sky. So I grabbed my 1 laser, went outside. Want to check it out? Let me show you it. It's so outrageous looking.
Don't shine it on me.
No, I can't shine it on you because it will bind your eyeballs out. Check it out.
Wow. That's a nice bit of kit. That's a bit flashy for you, isn't it? Where do you need that from?
Bouncing off of me.
Oh, Jesus, Tommy, don't mind yourself.
Basically...
What do you do with that?
I blink at the ships and everything, but listen to this. I saw about 4 ships within about 10 minutes.
Wow.
And I said, wow, that's so cool. And all of a sudden, this big white light ship comes pretty fast. All the other ships are moving at a regular normal space time. This one's coming along pretty fast. So I'm shining that light on it. As it's going up and past me, it turns to a ball of green light. Then it turned back to a white light. And now it's further away, and I'm still shining the laser on it, and it turns into another giant ball of green light again.
I'm going to try red light, Tommy.
I got red, blue, purple.
Try red.
But I only have 1 on me, but I was doing that, and it turned green again, and then it disappeared into the sunset.
I'll ask you a question, because I noticed last week when I went out, normally there, when I see something in the sky, it's either really bright white, like the shiny white, not a lot white, and they're floating about, and you can see they're not aeroplanes, they're completely different light from aeroplanes, and you can just sit there, excuse me, look at them flying about like what have you. But the last time I went out with my phone, apart from that, you know, the big satellite thing I took the pictures of and those ship things, I noticed the light seemed different. It was dimmer. It wasn't as bright a white light. It was the same color. It was like they'd got their light switched off inside. You could see them, but the light looked dimmer in them all. Is there a reason for that? Or is there something atmospherically different? Or do you think we can see them? Hello, your light's bright, I can see you.
The light ship that usually blinks at me is super bright. It's like a spotlight blinking at me, right? But the 3 nights ago, it was more like a small light blinking at me. Right. Whether it meant it was farther away, which it probably was. I'm assuming it was much further away than it usually is.
Well, I thought that thing was going to land in my garden a couple of weeks ago. It came so close to... I got a picture of it. It came so close to my house. If you have a look on my Facebook page, I'll try and get it up now. It came over, stopped, and as it got closer, I was going the house, mate.
Well, we have so many ships going over us in Hawaii. Now,
yeah, something's different. They've upped their activity.
We do have 2 bases in the ocean here. And most of the people see the green orbs going into the ocean. So one I would call the aquatic race, and the other one's the Pleiadians. So both of them set up home underneath the oceans off of Hawaii. So, and all the homeless people that live on the coastline see them all the time. But they're kind of
it wouldn't. See, these are some of the pictures I'm talking about. So this is on my phone. That's the actual picture of an object I took.
Well, we
that's
don't
definitely
see
a
much that way.
triangle.
Turn your camera a little bit. Okay, that's better.
Can you see that? Oh, sorry.
Now you're away from the screen. See where the lens is? Right there. Okay, that's it. We can see it now.
Hold on. I'll touch it there. So that is a clear. That's taken. I've got the time, day, and location on my phone, and I've got the thing. And hold on, where's the other one? See, that was a tiny, can't see, oh, bloody phone. That's the tiny dot I saw in the sky. And when you zoom it in, bloody thing. Oh, I hate this thing. I'm terrible with equipment.
Right, we can see that.
If you zoom it in, it is that picture there. Hold on. Oh, my God's sake. That one there. And that's what it looked like. Oh, my God. There. So definitely
Wow.
moving. But the best one was that the one near the house? No, that's Tonight in the Sky. Hold on.
My other friend's taking pictures of ETs at her doorstep, even.
So that was the other big one. This is just look at that.
Right.
That is not an aeroplane. That is not a weather balloon. It was hovering in the sky like that.
No, we don't have to say those words anymore. That was for the clone zombies that walk around on the planet.
Is that a satellite? You might know. There, see that object?
I doubt it.
That's in the sky. That was on my picture.
Remember, satellites cruise.
Is that satellite?
Satellites, most of them all cruise about the same speed. So I was watching the ship stop and go and stop and go, and at first I said, "Oh, it's a star." Then I said, "Oh, maybe it's a satellite." And then when it stopped, I knew it wasn't a satellite. But if it stops, it moves sideways, it goes backwards.
I don't know. You can actually see the corner of the ship there.
But all these people coming out in the UFO world saying, "Oh, well, that's the testing of the new technology we have." No, it's not. I mean, for a ship to come and blink at me for 2 years, anytime I go out there, almost every other night I go out there, they're paying these people top dollar to go out there and blink at me? Really?
Right, come outside my house. Stand outside my house for a night. You won't need nothing. It won't cost you anything. Stand outside my house between 10:30, 11 o'clock and 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and you'll capture at least 20 objects.
It's funny. My time frame here is between 7:30 and 9:30, and then I'd say 4 and 6. They're the prime times. I mean, I spend nights out there at 3 or 4 o'clock. Everybody says it's the witching hour at 3 o'clock. You might see more witches and demons than you will see UFOs for some reason. I think they come out right before peak traffic.
I'll tell you about that. But where I've noticed it more because so all my life I've not lived. My first husband was in the military, which isn't like far from here. But I've lived not far from military camps. I don't live far from Stonehenge. I literally on the doorstep. I used to work at an airport, so I know what airplanes look like. I know how they fly, the level they fly, the sound they make, how they look. Because I lived by one all my life. I've worked at an airport as well, so I know what it is. Not an aeroplane. I know the flight paths around here, where they are, and that is not an aeroplane.
Here's something that I'll tell you because I don't know. I went out of focus here. In Hawaii, I saw a triangle ship come out of the mountain. I mean, I was really close to it. It almost blew my eardrums out. It went right over town in the middle of the day, like about 12 o'clock. And when I was only like maybe a couple blocks from the main part of town. And when I got into town, I just asked anybody, "Did you hear anything? Did you see anything?"
So this was the one. You can see that. Sorry, Tommy. This was the one that actually came close to my house.
That's cool. That's something weird.
That there is actually what you're seeing in the picture there. That is the corner of my house there.
Right.
That's the corner of my house, and it came in from that direction over there. It came down, stopped it in S shape in the sky, and then came down at a 90-degree angle.
Right. Yeah, that's it's crazy. But I tell you, they keep watching you. But the ship that I saw, it came right out of the mountain at the end of Hawaii and flew straight out and up. It lasted 4 seconds. I pulled up my camera. My camera was frozen solid. And then I couldn't get a picture of it, and then it was gone.
That is right. I can't think that, Tommy, kind of fits in with my theory. With what they showed me before, where we came from, and the planets they were doing, they were researching in these bubbles underneath water near volcanic action. They had all these giant bubbles with these beings in, and they were doing something, but they were all underneath the water near this like a volcano vent. They were all doing something. So they're definitely interested in underwater and in volcanism and volcanic eruptions or actions. So it stands to reason they're doing the same thing to this planet. If they're mining it, using it as an energy source, what they're interested in. I don't know.
I talked about this a while ago, but Jacques Cousteau had 3 people he did an operation on so that they could breathe underwater. There was people born with gills a long time ago, so that's why they say we came from a fish. But they put these guys underwater, and they lived in this tank. I think it was like 150 feet down, and they could breathe when they went out, and they could swim around and everything. But they were talking to them from there up to the surface, and they talk like chipmunks because they're on high oxygen. I mean, you could barely understand. I couldn't understand them anyway. But so take that technology and put it like maybe 10,000 years before or after. It changes a lot. So ETs, like you're saying, if they're in these bubbles and they could be working inside these bubbles underneath the water, I could imagine that wouldn't boggle my mind.
I was in a bubble washroom. They put to take you places. It's going to sound crazy. They put you inside a bubble. Like if you're looking at this wall with this like pictures and screens, you seem to get closer to like one image in that, and then before you know it, you're like in it, and they put you in a bubble, and you can go anywhere in it, and they send you all kinds of places. I don't remember breathing or speaking or talking in any of these bubbles. Well, I just remember being in the bubble and looking.
I have a different kind of bubble around me. All right. I was with a Tibetan master, and he was trying to break it. Because you got this bubble around you. I'm going to try to break it. And he goes, I want you to chant this word. Then he tells me the words to try to chant and blow up the bubble that's protecting me. Because when I travel in the inner worlds, I got this bubble around me. So I'm completely protected from everything.
Have you ever been abducted by aliens, Tommy? Have you ever been taken?
I can't be.
When you were younger? Before you knew I'd do...
No. They were coming to take my brother, and I stopped it from happening. I was 6 years old.
What about you? You've ever been taken, Sasha? Because this tinfoil hat on here says that he's never got their attention. But I tell you what, I've seen thousands of people up there. They're all there. They're awake, but they're stunned. Like the lights are on, but no one's home. They've taken probably everyone on the planet has probably been taken at some time. They just don't know it or don't remember it.
I really don't know. I do see a lot of orbs.
I was told by a ex-CIA operative that they send orbs in as a precursor to abduction. So like as a recon thing.
Oh, I'm trying to think of the famous guy. He says everybody has been abducted once or twice in their life. And he doesn't even believe we went to the moon. He said the alien race is on the moon, but we didn't go to the moon. And this guy is famous. His father was the one that rented the cruise missiles or something. I'm trying to think what his name is. It has something to do with jet, rocket, something. But he claims we'll all get abducted. It's not true. When people say all, that means 7.4 billion people have been abducted, and I don't believe that at all. But on the other hand, I do believe a lot of people have been. Yeah. So many people have missing time, have many blocked time, or don't know what's happening, or even how to protect themselves.
Lots of people don't even know it, Tommy. They don't even know it.
Well, that's what missing time's all about. They could be sleeping, take them, and bring them back, and they have no clue. It could be one of their rapid dreams and stuff, eye movement and all that. They could be going on, and they don't know it unless they're hooked up to a machine. Now, I got this.
Oh, Tommy's frozen.
They have a machine that could actually film your dreams. Now, it sounds crazy, but realize it's magnetic waves and energy. And you have to realize how...
I think I'd probably like to see that done. But I can't guarantee if I dream or when I'm going to dream. So what happens if you get there and you're not dreaming or you're not having a good or bad dream? Didn't you?
Everybody dreams. Everybody has at least 100 dreams a night.
Really?
Seriously.
I don't dream for like...
Well, you just don't remember them. I'm sure they got you pretty brain locked so that they can program what they want in your brain. But no, seriously, because everybody dreams, but most people, the only dream you remember is the last dream you had before you woke up. All right. Now, when you have a lucid dream, it's usually in the middle of the night, And they could monitor that 25 years ago, 30 years ago. They were monitoring the lucid dreaming, and they used to watch somebody streaming, and they go from one dream to the lucid dream, because then the graphs is all over the place, and then it comes back, and then you go into a regular dream. But I've been able to walk in and out of my dreams for the past month and two now. 10 times in one dream. I went in and out, in and out, in and out, went back in it.
I'm just too tired to remember my dreams. I didn't have a good one last night. However, I woke up in a lot of pain.
Pain? I'm in pain every morning now. I don't know why either, but
That's old age.
Yeah, well, that's besides one. I want to talk about that one. I'd rather give it credit to the chemtrails or everything else out there. But
not Mother Nature.
I want to just go back to a few other names before we get out of this. Corey Good. I mean, I want everybody to listen to what he's saying. Listen to what he's claiming, what he's saying. Then pull up Dr. Turi, T-U-R-I. Listen to what he's saying. Everybody's giving credit to the reptilian race. All right? They're not helping the planet by any aspect. They're helping destroy it, but they're not helping it make it better. So, listen.
I've got a question. Sorry, Tommy. If this reptilian place, are they like large lizards?
Yeah.
So does that mean their biological descendants are on this planet? Because we have the longest living animal creature on this planet is a crocodile, isn't it?
Maybe in some way God said, hey, let's make that better.
Stop yawning.
I mean, if you believe we came from a fish, a toad, and all the other things, but no, say Neanderthal man or one of the older men. He said, well, let's make them a little more smarter, better looking, and everything else. He could have did a lot of things with the human body. So whether the reptilians are from a lizard or lizards are from them, I wouldn't even care, because it doesn't matter. It's a pathetic race in the first place, and they're not going to help us, and they're not here to help us in any way. All these people, well, there's good and bad in every race. No, there's a race. The human race is pathetic. I mean, in Atlantis, the races were incredible. So you can't say, well, there's good and bad. No, there's bad here. We don't have good people. Oh, I'm a good person. Why? Because you say you're a good person.
We've got nutters in America burning their own neighborhoods down, the places they live, sleep, eat, drink, and got to buy food from, and intimidating their neighbors, people that they've known all their lives, the places they have to live and sleep. What is going on?
Well, we got a fire burning here in Hawaii right near us. The homeless people set the ground on fire, and it's an underground fire. Yeah. Somebody just dug into a burial ground. I think there was 13 bodies found so far. They don't know how they got there, if they're Hawaiian bodies or what yet. So this is in the past 2 days. So we got a lot going on here. We had helicopters flying over us with water on them to put the fire out, trying to. So yeah, but like you said, things are going on. The guy up the block was killed by a baseball bat last week. So we got, Hawaii, beautiful Hawaii has bad things going on it.
So I don't understand. This would be the perfect time to announce to everyone, which they keep doing repeatedly, that alien life is here and is real. They keep saying like this Dyson array. The scientists are overwhelmed with this Dyson array they found. Is it Betelgeuse? Have I got the right planet? If that's the case, who built it? How old is that technology, and who built it? If it's not us, because we can't get there, then surely that means there's an alien culture existing with more technology than us building it, and they can see it. So,
well, no technology.
That should be like the highest kind of news there is to go at the moment.
Well, no technology.
And Mars has an atmosphere. That's the biggest technology breakthrough, and we have a neighbouring planet that actually is living and breathing. Hello.
Look, I'll tell you this, and this was a friend of mine. He said he worked on it's above Area 51. It's where the tall whites are. And he said he worked with them for 2 years. And in the interim, they wanted to take the United States to another planet like Earth. And they said, no, we don't want to do it. Just give us the technology. We'll go there ourselves. So they never made, at that time, I don't know if they're friends now. They could be. But they weren't friends, and the race doesn't deal with this person anymore, so he can't tell me whether they're updating and they're working together or not. But they're toxic to us. We can't go near them without dying.
But even that Elon Musk one, which was a couple of weeks ago, he launched that rocket.
He's launching satellites.
But they there was a UFO was filmed near it. What is there been an investigation into that? There's been no more on the news.
The government can't investigate a UFO? Period.
But if it's not this reptilian race, then who is it? If there are other races out there in our atmosphere,
we have 9 races here. 9.
Yeah, what are they doing inside our atmosphere without the government reacting to it?
They can't do a thing about it. That's what. That's why they don't want to tell the world about it.
It's like someone throwing a petrol bomb at a tank. Now, if you saw that going on, or something that could potentially harm us in our own environment, you should be on it. Why aren't they on it?
All right, I'll tell you something here.
I was gonna say if they do say something about it, then they'll just have to disclose everything at that point.
But you could see that. You could see the pictures. You could see them on the live film. You could see what camera shot.
But they say, oh, it's dust in the film. It's a reflection off the camera. They say anything they want.
They're counting on the population's ignorance.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of young people today. One of the people at work said to me, "Oh, they haven't even announced aliens as taking a Mickey." So I said, "They've told you it before. Aliens exist."
Well, that's what I really want to get in today, because they're letting these UFO people speak. They're putting so much ridiculous stuff out there. People don't know what's even close to the truth anymore. All right. If you listen to Corey Good's story, please watch his last video he put up. And he claims they took him and they put his body back and they had to do all these things to it. And now he's 140, but he's only like 40 years old. And I mean, listen to what he says. The blue race puts these videos in his mind. He could see the future of the world.
If that's the case, then I must be a couple of 100,000,000 years old, whatever it is then, because I've been to another solar system and back in one night.
I know. So yeah, see, people tell stories, and all the people that say they work for the government, the first thing I'll say, if you work for the government, they could program you. They put chips in all the new people that go in the government. They put programs in that chip. They could destroy a person instantly if they want to, any time. And I'm not going to go into the names of people that they do. In the UFO world, when a guy comes out and starts speaking, they can instantly terminate him and make him have a heart attack. Now, I don't know if everybody remembers SETI, the real SETI, not SETI James Gillen, but there was 2 SETIs. One was run by the government, one was by a private organization. I was friends with them. And the president was a woman and the vice president was a man. And I was friends with both of them. But she called me up and she said to me, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk to you. I'm going out to the reservation. She said they came into her apartment and they injected her and told her she's going to die. And then they left. So she went out to the reservation to see if a medicine person could help heal her or anything before. She came back. She said, I'm definitely sick. She died a week later. The vice president died a month later. So, and then the other SETI was, the government said it was there. That's when they made the movie with Jodie Foster and everything.
Didn't that happen to that scientist, Carol someone? She was
I think that was
Carol Turner. Was that
her? I was never good with names. I might have wrote it down somewhere.
And with the other guy, Philip. I want to say no. Not Whitley Strieber. Philip someone.
Well, all I know is she's dead, and he's dead, and the whole SETI movement crashed and burned. And then they came out that movie to make it look even more stupider. But James Gillen has the SETI Ranch, which is just a piece of land where a lot of ETs are because there's a base right next to it. Outside of that, SETI was trying to communicate with the universe. Now they just said that they have all this communication coming in, which they're not releasing, but they might release it soon. All these sound signals we've been getting. When I was talking to women, they were getting them then, and that was over 30 years ago.
Yeah, the wow signal, I remember that.
So there's so much happening. We get the baloney, we get the ridiculous stories of these people. And I said, look, if you're going to give somebody a story, make sure that it's real. Don't give them another story where take them out into La La Land. I try to put truth out there. We got a little bit crazy today. That's okay. We do it once in a while. I'm doing another show on Thursday. It's probably going to be 3 hours long. I don't know how to give everybody the link because he can only give me the link right before the show. But maybe if you go onto his site, it's Daryl Neely Odin, Realm of Investigation. or the other one is Global Enlightenment, which is his wife, and she does that show constantly. So I mean, that's where you might be able to get the links for it. I'll be up on Thursday. After Thursday, he's giving me my own show there, because he says he wants me to speak on his show, because he says I'm the only person putting the truth out there. And he and his wife just had Corey Good on last week, and that's why I called up the show in the first place. I went to tell him off. I said, "You got an idiot on your show." He goes, "Hold on, you want to talk to my husband?" And then he came on and we started talking. He goes, "Can you do a show?" And he put me on that night. We did a 3-hour show, and I did a couple shows, 3-hour shows in the past week now. So I'm trying to get the truth out there in the best way I can, and he lets me say whatever I want, say any names I want. He goes, "Whatever happens, happens." He goes, "Do what you want to do." But he was blown away when I started talking. So yeah, I wrote just to show you, I got a list on paper of people. I don't know if you can see that. It comes up.
Oh, wow.
Of all these people that I want to get into.
See it, I can't see it if you know what I mean. I can see it, I can make it out.
All these storytellers and what's going on and what's happening, and all the things that are supposed to happen. So we don't have a lot of time. I don't know if you don't want to stick around a few more minutes, or do you?
Yeah, I'll stay around a couple of minutes because I was late. I do apologise to everybody. It's very rude to be late.
I had to rush back. We wanted to go down and see where the fire was, and I said, "No, I'll never get the show."
I can't help being ill, Tommy. I do apologise.
You can't be sick. You're supposed to get better.
Yeah, I know.
You've been sick too long. So anybody out there, please, got questions, got answers. If you want the book, How to See a UFO Field Manual, please text me hawksblood1@aol.com. I don't charge money for it. It's about 200 pages. It's a PDF file. And you'll get a lot from it if you read it. At least it'll help you see a UFO, if nothing else. So I wrote a bunch of books. My first 2 books are free. If you text me as well, How to See God and When Truth is Called Crazy. My newest book, The True Teachings of Jesus from God Realization, is the most important thing I ever did. And I know people don't want to hear the truth, but that's besides the point. Now they just came out with a new Bible. All right?
What?
Seriously, it's old.
You missed something. Say that again. They come out with a new. Hold on. Hold on here. Hold on here. Stop. Who's come out with a new Bible?
It's online. They found it. It came out.
All right.
I guess they're going to show a copy to the Pope. And it says Jesus wasn't crucified. Jesus wasn't this. Jesus wasn't that. And it was supposed to be with Barabbas. Who was with, not Barabbas. It starts with a B. And he was with Paul. Paul never saw Jesus physically. He only saw him in a vision. So this guy was with him, and then he wrote this Bible, supposedly. It's not a Bible. I don't know why they would even call it a Bible.
Barabbas, they cut his head off and put it on a silver platter, didn't they?
Was that Barabbas?
Yeah. Sure it was. I think it was. Did they cut his head off?
That was the
Fashion, look it up. I'm sure they cut his head off.
The Baptist had his head cut off.
So I love religion. I love religious history.
All
Don't
right.
get me started, Tommy.
Get your facts straight then.
No, I'm sure it's not. Hold on.
John the Baptist had his head cut off.
I'm sure they cut Barabbas' head off. Hold on.
John the Baptist.
No.
Everybody loved him, but the Queen wanted his head.
Barabbas in the Bible. Did they cut his head off?
He cut his head off.
No.
How did he die? Just ask
Barabbas in the Bible. How did he die?
According to Quora, there is no biblical or historical record of what happened to Barabbas after he was let go, and Jesus was crucified instead.
Right, so they thought Barabbas was Jesus, or another name for Jesus Christ.
No. You're wrong.
Hold on. Who did kill Barabbas? Hold on.
Do you realize they had this thing when they were letting the people vote who they wanted to kill?
Yeah.
It was Barabbas or Jesus.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. They let Barabbas go and they killed Jesus.
Did they have Siri back in the day?
I have no idea.
I don't think so. They probably had it on an alien ship, but they didn't have it here. That's why it's called Sirius. But no, there was.
I think the Bible is now. See that the Bible is. I think is a collection of stories handed down, verbal stories which they wrote down, which means there's been some scary things out there.
Nobody could write that was around Jesus. They were all farmers and fishermen. They weren't scholars. So all the supposedly stories that came out were written years. This book was found written, I think, 500 years later. All right. So whoever was with Paul was the one that was supposed to wrote this document, and that document looks like a decrepit old Bible, but it's not a Bible. So check it out. It was just released a couple of days ago, and I was just trying to pull up the facts on it and say, you know, when a person writes anything, it's a story. Now, except for me. Oh, really? Well, read my book. My autobiography.
They've got two theories on him. First theory is that as soon as he was released, he went to Golgotha and watched Jesus die on the cross. And then the second theory is that he was later killed while taking part in another revolt against Rome.
Well, I probably believe that. I mean, that's probably their theories, but they sound real. I mean, how else is he going to go? He was a rebel fighter. So you go down in flames. Just like Crazy Horse.
Apparently.
I mean, Crazy Horse went down the same way. Geronimo, well, luckily he lived 15 years after they captured him. He gave up. He surrendered. And they kept him as a puppet for 15 years across the United States, as getting his picture taken, but as a savage. Oh, somebody asked me, do you know why they call the Native people red people? Because they were named after the devil.
Really?
And it gave them the right to kill them. Yeah, well, they're not red skin. Nobody's red skin. Nobody, I mean, yellow skin. I mean, we come up with this. It's shades of brown. There's no such thing as white and black. It's only shades.
Yeah, that's what the government is. They're good at.
My legs must have had leukemia last week because they were bottle white.
You know, white is an albino because they have no pigments in their skin, so it's pure white.
See that? I'm tan this side because of the sun, but if you turn that side, I'm white.
You're light brown. That's all you are. You know, we come up with
I'm multicolored.
And I said, you know, when they say the white race, you know what? Right? What's the white race?
We work with the human race, just different shades of it.
Right.
Different shades of grey.
But see, getting back to Atlantis, there was blue, there was purple, there was, I mean, green. There was
well, we're not exactly what you call white people, because I've seen there's white beings, and they're glowy, they're glowy white. And
right. Right, exactly.
That's the white race. We're 50 shades of brown and white and grey.
Not Corey Goodman. It's Corey Goody. Goode. Goody. Not men. It's
I didn't even know who that is. I just realised.
Wasn't he one of the guys that hosted Ancient Aliens?
Who? Corey Good?
Yeah.
I've never met him.
Not Corey Good. I mean, okay. He's not. He's
hold on. There's that story.
He's not one with everybody yet because he got thrown out of galley with David Wilcock.
Yeah. I mean, I must be confusing him.
David Wilcock's British, isn't he? Is that the guy you're on about, the British guy?
No, there's so many.
Who is Corey Good? It's been Corey. Oh, I don't think. Is that him? Corey
Goody.
Is that him?
I pulled up some videos.
No.
Yeah, that's him right there.
I mean,
who is him?
It's
that's not who I was thinking of.
Coreygoode. Corey Good. But they leave the sound of the E off.
Dissemination. I think that says dissemination. Hold on. I have dyslexia. Let me just check. On Pinterest. Oh, dimensions of disclosure. It's on Pinterest. That's David Wilcox and him. Wilcox.
Well, my dictionary here is getting full. Right.
I'm going to leave you guys.
Oh, you're going to go? But yeah, it's Corey Goodman, not Goodman.
Listen, Mr. Tinfoil Hat. Well, I love comments on it. I'd love to see more. Including you, including our listeners, and please, can anyone tell me what's going on Mars? Why is more questions not being asked? Why are scientists not screaming from the rooftops? Why has nothing been said? They should have had pictures from every space station they've got there.
Antarctica.
They've got like, the Mars lunar rovers. They should be having better pictures, and they can tell if there's atmosphere. Oh God. Should have atmospheric readings. What is going on in Mars? That's what I want to know.
Well, they're not showing us the Antarctica. I mean, they should be showing us that, and they're not. They don't want to show us the ships. They don't want to show us the aliens. They don't want to show us anything from there.
Tommy, Come outside my house. Anyone
Oh, we
can
can see the
do me my
stick. I know that. I can
and
see
just
that.
look up. I'll just do a live feed one night. Just sit there and the camera until battery runs out. I say, look, I need a stronger camera.
Okay, it was a pleasure. Till next
Next
time.
time, man.
I was pointing in the car. Sky says stronger camera, but right. I'm Tina Bird here in the UK. I'm from Hive, human individuals visited by extraterrestrial. You can find me, Tina Bird, on Facebook and on Twitter and Instagram. But I'm always on this channel with Tommy or Skype. It's nice seeing Sasha. It's good to have a guest on the show. And Tommy, I'm so sorry I've missed the show up tonight. Sorry that was late. I do apologise for that.
No
And
problem.
I'll see you guys next week with some answers on Mars, please. It'd be great seeing you all, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you. Bye-bye. Stay good. Bye from the UK.
Bye.
So, yeah, they're not showing us anything about the Antarctica. And there's so much going on there. You know, we're living in like a bubble, and people don't even realize it. All the things that could be exposed and let us be a little more aware that we're not the only ones in the universe and all those kind of questions, which I don't know how much the Muslims believe it. But I know somebody like Sharpton, all he cares about the black issue. But when we get to Farrakhan, they talk about UFOs in their church during their preaching. They don't let white people in. I think that's prejudiced. But they do it. It's an all-black thing, and he talks about UFOs in there as well. So whether they believe they came, I don't know their history because it's all private. But there's so much going on right now, and it's time to wake up. Whatever you believe is probably 1/10 or 1/5 or 1/6, maybe not even that much of the truth. So there's a whole giant scale of things to learn, understand. Not that it's all beneficial, but at least know that it's there, that we're not the only ones, and we're not the only ones that are trying to destroy the planet. I mean, there's a lot more going on within us. Relationships can't survive. Why? Do people understand that there's a reason why relationships aren't surviving anymore? They're deteriorating the consciousness of the human race. So when we say we're all one, I always say one asshole or one ignorant fool. I said, is that what you want to be? Part of the universe? I mean, it has no concept of good and truth and spirituality. Mm-hmm. So I do challenge people on the word spirituality. So I don't know. I'll let you go too, Sasha. I guess we'll get ready. I got to get ready to do a couple things. But this Thursday, I'll be doing a show. I'm going to try to get the link out somehow to everybody for 3 hours. And it should be quite interesting because I can get into whatever I want and say anything I want on that show. Tina doesn't like to get into spiritual things or religious things in general, even though she says she likes history. But as far as the actual spiritual side of it, she doesn't want to get into it. And that's all that I care about. So people out there, listen to the people talking. Don't believe them, but just listen. Pull up Corey Good. Check out Dr. Turi on LinkedIn. Check out, a couple other names. Check them out. Now, this person, I debate him in a split second, anywhere, anytime. Stuart Swarslow. He's been in the UFO world for a pretty long time. He said God's and Jesus is all a hoax and everything else. Then we got Grant Cameron. He claims that you can just say love and it gets rid of all bad things. I mean, he's a dreamer as well.
Wow, if only it was that easy.
You know, he says nothing's bad. He says if we give it energy, we could just put love into it and it's gone. I said, yeah, the world would be beautiful, wouldn't it? Just like we all want it. Now, for the people that think love and beautiful is everything, imagine a world full of loving, compassionate people. There would be no starving people. There'd be no homeless people. There'd be no starving children, no abused children. Imagine that. But what are they going to feed them? Computerized killing games? We're not doing anything that would bring people back to a level of a harmful situation in life. Now, we've got the warring games and everything's violent. So how do you bring that into this loving, beautiful world? I love you, or we're in love, and then does that mean everybody has sex with each other and can kiss each other? And what's it mean? When you take something too far, how far does it go? I mean, John Lennon was killed because they didn't want world peace, and he was attacked and killed by somebody that was programmed. So yeah, here's the thing: we're moving forward fast. Things are changing. We're not changing at all. We're not giving anything to change us to make us better. We're only giving things to hold us back. So think about that. Think about what they're doing to the air, the fire, the water, everything that we do and use on this planet. Nothing's beneficial to the planet itself. Humans aren't. So let's try to become compassionate people and respect the planet. That's all. It's not that complicated. You don't have to love each other. I mean, if you don't respect people, you don't let them into your country. I mean, well, it's a free country. Anybody can come here. Well, you know, if somebody's going to come in and destroy your country, do you let them in? I mean, I'm not one for saying, hey, the Muslims are allowed to take over the United States and make the Sharia law for the United States. I wouldn't live by it. I hope most people would agree and wouldn't live by it. But it is becoming part of 3 towns that I know. One town where I used to love to go in Jersey is actually accepting Sharia law. And I know their laws actually allow them to beat their women and everything else. So do you want a law like that? And women should be boycotting it, which they're not, or we'll give them their space. Their space is our space. Did we give the Indian people, Native people, however you want to call them, I mean, what we were then, what we had and what we have now, they have nothing. So when we say, oh, give them space, are you giving anybody space? The people that leave the reservation have space, but people that live on the reservation don't. They're not given any freedom. So, and if you want to boycott, if you're black and half Native, you should be boycotting Lenin Peltier. The leader of the Native American movement is in jail for 45 years. No evidence of any kind. You're not boycotting that? Why? You don't think abuse in 45 years is abuse? So people have their morals a little twisted.
Well, it's with this younger generation, the problem now is just lack of education.
It's sad. And like I said, education in school is not what you need to learn anyway. You need to learn spiritual growth, and you're not going to learn that in school.
Nope.
So with that, it was a pleasure having you on, Sasha. And like I said, we'll do this again next Tuesday. I'll be doing a show on Thursday. Hopefully I'll be doing another show on Sunday as well. So try to keep up with me. I keep my truth the best I can. I know when I go on TJ Morris's show, it's kind of always stopped, and it's always, well, don't say that. You can't say this. You can't do that. So, yeah, I like just doing what I want on the show that I'll be doing Thursday, and it's 3 hours long. I could say anything I want. I can go in any direction I want.
What time does that start?
It'll be 3 o'clock Hawaii time.
Okay.
So it's later on East Coast time and everything else. But it was good. I did 2 shows with him already. I did a show with his friend already. And that was called Blue Collar Politics. And so I'm getting around, doing a lot of shows. I don't do this for money. And I mean, I'm not trying to make money doing it. I mean, money always helps. But, you know, I'm not going to ask people for money. I'm just trying to put truth out there. So with that, thank you, Sasha, for coming on. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. Give this link to everybody you know. It was a little bit crazy today. I know. It's not always this wacky. But sometimes it does. Life goes on. Next time, I promise it'll be a little more organized if we get it going on Tuesday. So with that, peace, love, compassion, whatever you need in your life, whatever you want, hope that's what you're getting. If not, try harder. Till next time, everybody. Thank you, Sasha.
Yep. Thanks again.
Till next time.